If you think sukiyaki is just beef in a pot, pause. It's a ritual of sizzle, sugar, and soy. One dip into a silky egg changes everything. Today, we decode the regional styles and history behind every bite. Let's dive in.
Kanto-style Sukiyaki. This is the version you'll see all over Tokyo, and the secret is the warishita, a pre-mixed sauce. Instead of searing the meat first, the chef just pours a blend of soy sauce, sugar, and dashi straight into the pot before adding anything else. Everything, the beef, tofu, and veggies, simmers together at once, so every bite has that same deep, consistent flavor. It actually goes back to the late 1800s when eating beef was brand new to Japan, and this method made it way easier for busy city restaurants to keep up with the crowd.
Kansai-style Sukiyaki. Down in Osaka and Kyoto, things work differently because they're all about searing the beef first. You start by greasing the dry pot with fat, browning the meat, and then sprinkling sugar and soy sauce directly on top as it cooks. You actually eat the beef first before adding any vegetables or liquid to the pan. This style is all about that caramelized sugar and the rich fat from the meat, giving it a much more intense, punchy flavor compared to the Tokyo version. Gyu-nabe. Think of this as the grandfather of modern sukiyaki. It blew up during the Meiji era when Japan first started embracing Western food. Back in the day, people in Yokohama weren't used to the smell of beef, so chefs used a miso-based broth to mask the scent. While most sukiyaki uses soy sauce today, Gyu-nabe is a piece of history that shows exactly when the Japanese diet shifted toward meat. You can still find old-school spots today that use that original miso recipe for a bit of vintage charm.
Tori-sukiyaki. Even though we think of beef now, chicken was actually way more common in the early days of this dish. This version uses different cuts like chicken thighs or even minced meatballs, simmered with the usual leeks and mushrooms. It's got a lighter, cleaner taste that's perfect if you find beef a bit too heavy. In rural areas where chickens were easier to find than cows, this became the local standard, and it's still a cozy, affordable alternative today. Uozuki. This regional style swaps out the meat for fresh seafood, usually in coastal fishing towns. Instead of marbled beef, the pot is packed with seasonal white fish, shrimp, or scallops, all cooked in a light dashi broth. The process is pretty much the same, but the seasoning is way more subtle so you don't drown out the fresh taste of the sea. It's a great example of how sukiyaki adapts to whatever's fresh and local.
Buta-sukiyaki. Up north in places like Hokkaido, pork is often the star of the show. This started mainly because pork was traditionally cheaper and easier to get in colder climates than beef. It's usually cooked Kanto style, but the fatty pork slices give the broth a completely different kind of richness. It's a classic home-cooked meal in the north, showing how a national dish can be modified to fit the local lifestyle.